Next, we're going to show you how to do a baseboard. Carpeting's already in place. We're refurbishing the baseboard, so I'm going to show you proper methods so you don't get paint all over your carpeting. First of all, you want to take some deglosser on a rag and wipe down your baseboard. Okay. Next, take a finishing pad or some 220 paper. Just wipe it down, smooth it out. Take your rag again, just wipe it down, get the dust off. Okay. Take a broad knife or a painter's guard. Little alkyd primer on your brush. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut it in. I like to go above the guard first to get the excess paint off the brush. And then there's just a little bit of paint on there. See that getting on the guard. Get the edge. It's alright to paint into the wall, so you still need to prime the walls. Okay. There we go. Nice. And then you're going to take a rag. Every time you paint, you have to wipe the guard off. Alright, while we're brushing the trim, actually this is the baseboard, part of the trim, let me show you what a lap mark is, or a brush mark. That way you get a good idea of what not to do. See, I was brushing along, and I stop, and then I brush again. That's a lap mark. Or if I go to brush it out, and I stop, and then keep going, that's what a lap mark is. We don't want any of that, so when we brush, we want to have nice even strokes to the trim. Little flex in the bristle. Bring it out, and always paint into the paint. Leaves a nice, smooth, no brush marks. Here's a typical natural bristle brush. The bristles itself are made up of real animal hair, and they're flagged at the end. I don't know if you can see it, but they split at the end, and that's what holds the paint. It's the ferrule of the brush and the handle. You should pick a brush that feels comfortable in your hand. A couple of brushing techniques or ways to hold the brush are grabbing the ferrule with a few fingers, thumb on the front part, and brushing like this. Another way is to brush like this, like holding a pencil, and brushing like that. You can hold it like a tennis racket for brushing, like this. Whatever's comfortable. Sometimes you have to change. Sometimes I'll paint like this for a while. My hand will get tired of being in that position, and I'll grab it like a tennis racket and brush. It all depends on what's most comfortable to develop a style, especially if you have a large area to paint, you're going to be painting for a while. Develop a technique. You want good control, you might want to grab the ferrule if you're a beginner. This piece here is going to set right into the pocket of your thumb, and then grab the ferrule. It's a good position to start with. Now we're going to do a door casing. First thing we're going to do is take some liquid deglosser, wipe down our trim. Another thing deglosser does, besides deglossing the surface or making the surface dull, is that it cleans up any kind of marks, pencil marks, grease, anything that's going to cause a barrier between the surface and the new primer that's going to be applied. And I like to take a finishing pad and wipe down the casing. Smooths it out. Puts a little scratch on the surface for the new primer. Let's wipe this down. Take our brush, slap the excess paint off, and I get close to the bottom, get the excess paint off the brush, and then start at the bottom. We have a carpet here. If you don't feel confident to paint to the bottom where the carpet is, you can use a paint guard. And let's get the nice flow. Let's get into the wall. The wall has to be primed, so we can paint right into the wall. Come up. I always start at the bottom and paint into the paint. Here we go. So you paint right into the paint. and just brush nice long strokes. And I go from the bottom up, paint into the paint, go from the bottom up, and just continue on, and that's a good example of how you do a door case.